Welcome to episode 10 of Mystery Secret Searchers, the Bishop's House. Knights Templar, guard it well. From Dunvegan in a swell, Leod's son, a fine blade. Strange mysteries are now made. Here is the view of St. Raphael's Church, or at least the ruins of St. Raphael's Church. And just a reminder that the plaque at the ruins speaks specifically of Father, or in this case, Bishop Alexander MacDonald, founding the parish here. He brought some 500 Scottish Highlanders over from Scotland to Glengarry to form this parish here. He was met by John MacDonald when he got here, and we learned that, of course, that John MacDonald is an acquaintance of John MacLeod. Alright, that was a little spooky. And now we are going to the Bishop's House, built in 1808 for Father Alexander MacDonald.
This is it. This is the roadway leading up to the Bishop's House. The Bishop's House was built for Reverend Alexander MacDonald, who was the founder of St. Raphael's Parish here in Glengarry. And we've learned that there's a connection between the priest, Alexander MacDonald, and our Lieutenant Colonel John MacDonald. He greeted him when he arrived here, and it's believed that the Reverend Alexander MacDonald, when he came to Upper Canada with the United Empire Loyalists from Scotland, that he brought some of the heirlooms of the MacLeod clan from Dunvegan Castle in Scotland. Now, those rumors have never been proven true, but after the Bishop's House was built, which was a beautiful structure, now you see it's been boarded up and no one is allowed to go in it, even though I'd love to go there and see what's inside. The house has fallen into a lot of just decay, but it is very famous. One of the rumors that circulates in Glengarry is that because Alexander MacDonald brought these priceless heirlooms over from the MacLeod clan in Dunvegan Castle, that he was beset by a terrible curse, a curse for removing these heirlooms. Now, the heirloom that we've identified is the Clan MacLeod sword. Now, this was related to the Crusades and the Knights Templar, and this gives us an amazing clue to try to follow to figure out what's going on with the Bishop's House and Alexander MacDonald. Now, Alexander MacDonald may have, because of the curse, and he didn't want this curse to befall his parishioners here in St. Raphael's, he may have wanted to dispose or get rid of this sword, Clan MacLeod sword family heirloom. And it's rumored that maybe he gave it to John MacDonald. And John MacDonald, being friends with Caribou Cameron, may have arranged for the sword to be taken out to British Columbia. That's where Caribou went, to the Caribou gold fields in British Columbia. How did the sword make its way back to Glengarry? That's an interesting story. That might be related to our John MacLeod. They say sometimes you can see figures in the windows at the Bishop's House. I don't see any now. I hope I don't see any. It is kind of spooky right now, but a magnificent building nonetheless.
Well, I'm not sure if you noticed it, but in that video, there were some strange ghost-like lights that appeared. So I put a slow motion replay of it here for you to see that. Or go back and rewind the video and watch as these ghosts appear. I did not see them. Well, the MacLeod clan family heirlooms that we're talking about are the Dunvegan cup, the fairy flag, and Sir Rory Moore's horn, pictured in this photo that was taken maybe before 1927. And a connection to the Knights Templar, the journal mentions it. These were the Holy Crusaders of the past. The Knights Templar were that's an amazing historical story if there is a connection to the Knights Templar. We're looking specifically for something called the Sword of MacLeod. Now, it might have been protected by the Knights Templar. When Alexander MacDonald got a hold of it, he was befallen to a terrible curse. This curse may have been transferred on to John MacDonald. They wanted to get rid of that sword. We're going to search for that sword. So watch for episode 11. We'll talk a little bit more about Alexander MacDonald. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe. There's lots more mystery to come.